Rolls podcast. I'm Matt Wilson. As always, across the table from me, Mr. Steve Deppen. How you doing, Steve?
Excellent as always.
Fantastic.
Another beautiful day. So
we both are really excited about this one. Not that we don't enjoy the other podcasts, but we got some pretty cool guests on that kind of hit home with us. We're both street guys. We like to ride Harleys. We got Daymon Woodruff from the Buffalo Chip. And we've also got Joey Robinson and Brendan Foley from Sender's Only Garage. Thanks for coming on and sticking around, having a conversation with us, fellas.
appreciate having you guys on.
It's nice to be on some people that like to do other crazy, dumb things. And I recognize a couple of faces that are pretty adept at that.
So you guys know each other, correct? Got a little history there.
Here and there.
Yeah, they might remember it better than me, but yeah, maybe Joey, tell your first time you came to the Chip.
Yeah, I mean, Sturgis is where it originates for the Senders Only boys. You know, I like to tell people when I was younger, I took a leap and went to Sturgis as an amateur and met the right people and came home as a pro. But I mean, I met Sean Ives in Daymon's parking lot, who then led me down a path of chasing stunt shows all over the country for years on end. And I've been ran out by the Cowboys many, many years, which is Daymon's form of security. And as time went by, they've become very supporting to what we do. And, you know, back then we were young, dumb kids, and they've watched us over the years turn into a career. So we've been on both sides. I've had Daymon chasing me out, and I've had Daymon chasing me in. We go way back.
Let's do a little intro. Tell us about Sender's Only Garage, what you guys do, and how it's kind of expanded into becoming full-blown professional athletes.
Senders Only is like-minded individuals that decided to put any disagreement aside and just agree that we all want to ride. And that's where we were at for years. Like, just pinballing around the country. Anywhere that we could find a stoke on a Harley is where we were headed, whether that was flat track racing or riding our stunt bikes. And it has since turned into a brick and mortar. And then after that, it turned into a performance motorcycle shop where we met. You also moved over at All Balls. So we're a little bit of everything, but I like to tell people, you know, anything V-twin related is where you'll find us, whether it's racing baggers or riding dynas the way they weren't built to be rode, or working on customers' bikes or clothing within the same community. We're just a little bit of everything to do with V-twins.
Excellent. And Daymon, little history of the Chip and how you found your way there.
Well, I happen to have some DNA in me from the guy who founded this place, Brendan Woodruff. And let's see, the Buffalo Chip, we call ourselves affectionately as the best party anywhere. And that's just because anything that's a good time, we like to have around us. And ironically, it takes a lot of effort to put on the best party anywhere. We originated out of a lot of unrest in Sturgis Park. That was the flames of the outhouse that birthed the Buffalo Chip. We rose like the phoenix out of the outhouse ashes. And I was officially born under the main stage during a ZZ Top concert. So,
Wow.
yeah, that's a good intro. We got it.
That's an origin story that I don't think we'll ever.
And I was going to say, so that would have been what, early 80s, something like that? Because if I remember right, City Park kind of closed down in the early 80s and things had to move elsewhere from my recollection.
Yeah, that's right. 1981. There was a bit unrest in the town of Sturgis. They had decided that there were a few naughty kids in City Park that were not making life easy for the locals, and they were going to eradicate it, make it real unpleasant to come into town. So there was a lot of whirling lights in and out of down the highway as you left or came into town about those times. And Rod Sick was working with the politicians and the local businessmen in the area and said, well, you know, you guys don't want it in town. How about we just move this 4 miles outside of town? We'll do our thing out there and leave you guys alone, and let's keep this thing going. And that's how the Buffalo Chip started.
Nice.
And it's expanded now to acres upon acres of UTV park, dirt park, drag shows, stunt shows, and what we're hoping to talk a little bit about on the second Wednesday, there's a Daredevil Day, correct?
Yeah, you guys have some involvement in it. Why did you choose to get involved in Daredevil Wednesday?
Because you said it was what we should be doing, so we're doing it. I started out with Chris and the organization, and she said, well, if you guys are on board about doing some crazy stuff, you got to talk to Daymon. I think you're officially, to the outside people, you're the stunt coordinator. I don't know what your internal title is, but...
I think you're president. Is that correct? President of the Buffalo Chip, Daymon?
President, yeah, all that really means, that's a fancy word for being a happiness counselor. So my job is to put smiles on people's otherwise boring ass faces. Oops, excuse me, I swore you'll have to bleep that out. Forgot.
No, I think we can get away with that one. No worries.
But yes, the objective to meet the best party anywhere, and that's where Joey and Brendan come into play here, is the Buffalo Chip has this long history of doing Daredevil stuff during the rally. I mean, I was having fun preparing for this talk here, and I remembered an old blog that we wrote called Broken Bones of the Chip, and it goes through a timeline. It goes through a timeline of injuries, basically, and accomplishments of all the daredevilism that's happened out at the Chip. And Joey and Brendan have been part of one of the spectacles, which we call Daredevil Wednesday, in which you guys, I guess, are going to come on and help us make a big spectacle. That'd be Wednesday, August 12th this year.
That is the goal. Missing member of the Senders Only Garage Bagger Racing League is Jake Masters, who does some work for us, rides for us. And so for the audience to hear, he's actually be jumping on a dirt bike. I don't even know what the distance or height is, but
I want to say it was 25 foot wide or 25 foot tall by 15 foot wide pedestrian bridge that goes across the road. Going to be a pretty amazing thing. I mean, Daymon will tell you they've had a lot of daredevils there over the years. You know, everybody from Robbie Knievel to, dare I say, Pee Wee Herman was there one year. So it's going to be a show. We're gonna have Jake do his bit there. He's going to jump that bridge, and that'll be fantastic. And then of course Joey and Brendan, and I'm assuming Jake will be part of the Senders Only Garage show as well. A whole bunch of other stuff going on that day. We're going to have a couple other guests with us, so it's going to be a good time.
Joey, tell us about the other individual that's coming to help us with the bags and the ramp.
Oh, dude, River Ray. River Ray is a local SoCal legend who, no kidding, probably 6 years ago could barely jump a 40-foot jump. And now he rides FMX shows for a living full time. He's been on the road for 14 days. Been trying to get a hold of him to talk logistics, and he's like, I'm busy, dude. So he's just a legend. He took the risk. He bought himself a freestyle bag. He bought himself a freestyle ramp, started backflipping, and like I said, the rest is history. So he'll be coming with us. Originally, I'll be honest with the community, people watching this, we hit him up just to rent the bag and landing. And he's like, well, I'm not going to let you guys go to the biggest party on the earth and not include me, and you're going to have my stuff and not let me come use it. Right. So he gave us a killer deal, and I called you guys. You guys were all for it, and I called Daymon, and Damon's like, I'm not going to say no to more cool stuff. So now All Balls will be presenting a freestyle show as well as a Harley Davidson stunt show, and then we'll be using that same bag and landing to jump over the bridge you guys were just talking about.
And we haven't stopped there. We've got a professional athlete we sponsor on the UTV side that will be across the street racing at the Chips UTV races. Cody Willenberg will be warming up the crowd. He's going to roast a set of tires on his Razor Pro X. So we, it's full send. So we're taking a big swing. We're looking forward to it. We don't have any idea where we're doing it. That's why we need Daymon and these other pros, but it'll be a good time. If you are thinking about coming to the rally, I would highly encourage it because there's a lot going on.
Well, and Daymon will tell you the Buffalo Chip has absolutely the best concerts out there. I mean, the roster of entertainers this year is pretty amazing. And Daymon, if you want to kind of just go over that real quick so everybody has an idea who's going to be there.
Oh man, we got the whole generational lineup basically from 60s to today, which hits all of the marks from rock and roll, basically. It starts with David Lee Roth. It leads into Megadeth and Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. It goes to Skillet and POD, and then it goes to Leonard Skinner and Hairball. And then it goes to Lainey Wilson and Hailstorm on Daredevil Wednesday, which is going to be opened with Jake Masters' Jump Over the Sky Bridge and Joey and Brendan causing some smoke underneath him while he does it. We're going to smash a wall of 1,200 cans of Monster Energy to kick it off, have a drift bar that Get Vertical. Concrete Cowboys will be spitting up and down that stretch. We got Senders Only. We've got, the Never Surrender guys. I mean, all this, all of the guys who like to have fun are going to be there on that day. And then Thursday, we've got Fuel and Drowning Pool. Let's see, who am I missing?
Collective Soul.
Collective
Souls
Buck
are one night.
Cherry, yep.
Buck Cherry. Yeah.
Hey, can we go back a second? Because we also signed up to be the custom bike build, one of the sponsors, and I was told that we get to give away trophies. How can we make it that Lainey Wilson's on stage when I'm up there giving away trophies?
Oh, man.
I'm just telling
Good
you, man,
luck. Good
maybe
luck.
not, but maybe. You never know. She might like an older gentleman with a little bit of salt and pepper. Damon, president, you know.
President.
How do we get this done?
I just put you on the list. We'll run it by. We'll run it
All
up
right.
the ladder.
Did you hear that, Steve? I'm on the list.
You're on the list. Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
No way.
You don't know what list, though.
Yeah, I don't know what list it
You
is,
might be
but-
on the list to be escorted
Hey,
out,
lady,
but
this
yeah.
guy's all balls. You want him?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I love that.
Yeah, I think the one.
Well, it's going to be fun. We don't want to just dominate about the chip because we've got a lot of stuff going on. Right before that, though, we will be driving to, actually, Steve and I take off next Wednesday to Mid-Ohio. The Vintage Days at Mid-Ohio is sponsored by the AMA, and Senders Only are not just stunt riders and bike builders. They also race professionally in the Bagger Racing League that will also be at Mid-Ohio. For those of our listeners that don't know anything about the BRL, can you guys give them a shout out, tell them what you're up to?
Yeah, shout out to Rob. You know, Rob's been doing it for a long time, and he puts his neck out there for us and gets us out to some of the best tracks and makes sure that we are, you know, first and foremost the safest we can be, and we're out there having a good time, and you know that allows us to get out there and network and work on our skills. And you know, Joey and I are brand new. I got to race last season for my first time. I come from dirt bikes my whole life, you know, and I got kind of thrown to the wolves last season and went undefeated, moved up a class. Joey came in, so. It's been really cool. We get to travel just like the stunt riding stuff. You know, we've raced here in California and then all the way out to the East Coast and everything in between. So it's been a real good time and a pleasure, obviously, working with the All Balls guys. They're taking care of us big time this year on the race bikes, helping us get to all the races. And yeah, I mean, we got 2 more weeks, 10 days till we have Mid-Ohio, which we're really excited about that. It's probably one of the biggest races of the season. One of the biggest venues, you know, for the BRL, and one of the coolest tracks that we've got to race. So we're very excited about that.
And if you haven't seen them rip Harley Davidsons, it's incredible. The technology, the everything about it nowadays. They're race bikes. They're
full
I don't
on.
even know how to describe
Full
it. They're
on.
full on race bikes. They're catching 160, 170 on the straights, and then leaning in. It's terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. I'd never do it, but you guys, that's why it's
I'd
send
do
it
it.
and all balls at the same time. Cause
I'd do it at half speed. I would gladly do it at
oh
half
yeah,
speed.
I would meander on that course with nobody else out there, but
But the Senders, gentlemen, they have no problem doing the full speed. Because if I'm, or tell me if I'm wrong here, but I think all 3 of you have podiumed at both races, at both events this year, correct? I mean, these guys aren't slouches at all. They're out there putting it on 100%. So am I correct there?
Yeah, so far, all in every single round, the All Balls athletes, none of them have not finished off the podium. So my worst finish is a 3rd. Jake's worst finish is a 2nd. Foley's a word that I always said we can't say and hasn't lost a race yet.
For any gearheads
Well,
watching this podcast as well, like take into consideration, if you understand V-twins, like these bikes are, the big bikes are making 190 plus horsepower, running like 14, 15 to 1 compression on race gas. And we're running, 8 laps at like 7,000 RPM. So big shout out to Joe Hoop, Suburban Harley Davidson as well, keeping the bikes on the track. I know it's been we've had a long year of motor swaps and transmissions and getting everything right. And we're coming into Mid-Ohio pretty strong. So I feel good about it.
I will say it's terrifying too. Like I've done a lot of things with handlebars and no way around it. I am a professional rider. Racing the baggers is terrifying. It is every single lap. I don't know. You'd think it would get easier because you're able to hit your marks, but my screws aren't as loose as Foley's and Jake's, and it's terrifying.
It's funny watching Joey come off the track because he's got some, he's got me on the stunt riding stuff on the Harley, and then I got to spend all last season racing, and then now I watch him come off the track, and he looks at me, he's like, "What is happening?" He's like, he's like trying to push a 600-something pound bike around the track, completely leaned over and just completely out of your norm. We come from dirt bikes. We come from wheel spin. And, Daymon, we've actually remember racing inside the chip. We raced flat track inside the chip.
I got black flagged on that too. I got kicked out of that race.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Well, that's where it all comes together. Obviously, All Balls Racing is known for our aftermarket parts on the dirt side. But we are venturing in a lot further on the Harley Davidson V-twin. There's a gap in the market where we have an opportunity to try and build some parts that customers need. We found we went out with Carson Brown to Mid-Ohio last year, and we threw him on a bagger last minute and ran into the Senders Only group and Suburban Harley Davidson. Had a great conversation about what we were trying to accomplish, and these guys jumped on board and said, "Hey, we'll test your product. We'll make sure it's straight. We can bring some credibility to it. We'll race for you. We'll stunt for you." And they're building a stunt bike for us. Steve and I just got to see a reveal on the chassis and the paint. Can't thank you enough. They've gone all out trying to make this the coolest. We keep calling it a stunt bike. It's a show bike that they're just going to destroy. We shouldn't say destroy. They're gonna ride the hell out of it to not only show off our parts, but also the quality of the build that they do there at Senders Only Garage. And we're pretty stoked.
Talents.
Yeah, and the talents.
It took on a life of its own. I'm the operation guy over here, whereas these guys, and it goes both ways. But Foley will say, "This is what we're gonna do. I'll go make it happen." And I'll say, "This is what we're gonna do," and he goes and makes it happen. So, and the operation business standpoint, I was like, let's just put a bike together and call it good. And Foley's like, no. And this thing is insane. So we're really excited, and we haven't got to debut it yet. So we figured what better time, keep it under wraps, and we'll get to debut it out at the chip. And it's mental. I am going to feel bad destroying it. We'll rebuild it, and it'll be nice. But that's going to be one of those ones where you get on, whoever crashes it first is never going to live that down.
Right.
I was going to say too that you guys have posted a little content on the build of that bike. It doesn't show the final, the completed product yet, but it was kind of fun. It was fun watching that and seeing, some of the things you have to do to make it a stuntable bike. I mean, it's a Dyna. They're great handling bikes, but they're not made for the kind of stuff that you guys are doing with them. And so, I've kind of always been fascinated with metalwork and the guys who are able to do that. I don't have the skills nor the artistic vision to be able to do that. So to watch you guys do things like the fender, the rear fender, I was really dialed in on watching that because it was just a cool part of the process that, I wouldn't have even thought of because I've never stood a street bike up quite at that angle before. And so wouldn't have even thought about, hey, the fender needs to be chopped and have a skid plate on it, right? Mm-hmm. So it's crazy.
Titanium skid plate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. We've been doing it so long now. We have it down to when we do a fender, we, it comes all the way down to the degree of the fender, and where you park the bike and all that stuff. But we've done so many, and we pretty much how you want to ride the bike too is how you cut the fender, the degree of the fender and all that stuff, So it's definitely, there's a lot that goes into it. There really is. A lot of people don't see. So all of it's going to kind of come to life. We've just been stacking our parts, and got a big box of parts. The chassis just sitting there. We have like a couple more small things getting ready to show up so we can start assembling this thing. Very excited.
That's excellent.
What do you got going on with the motor on that particular bike? What's the attraction with the motor? If whatever you can tell us.
I mean, we could sit here and it's everything from the bottom end, all the way from the crank bearings to the rocker boxes. Everything's been touched. Everything's blueprinted. We're using Dark Horse flywheels, H-beam rods. They use those in the Indy cars. We're using a forged piston. It has CNC heads, and then a lot of companies have came together, such as like Feeling Parts and Dark Horse, and all those have came in to make this build become one. And the motor, being a stunt bike, a lot of people think you need big horsepower for an engine, when realistically you want longevity, but you do run the fine line of where you want the power and where you don't want the power. So it's built. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many stunt engines we built. We like making horsepower, but at the same time, like, it's a unique build, that like we watch a lot of these big engine companies build motors for a lot of stunt kids that blow up.
Yeah, it's a selective taste, right? Everyone wants to do what the industry's been doing for a long time, and that's build a fast motor. But then you give it to a kid like myself or a kid like Gino Linati, and they're gonna blow it up in 10 seconds. It's not built for that. So we have found, the right recipe where we can still make good power, but the bike's going to continue to run and run. Like, our bikes will get so hot in the stunt shows, they'll just turn off. And then 10 minutes later, they'll fire right back up.
We'll be able to bring it to one of Daymon's concerts and just, put it on the limiter.
Nice.
Well, every segment we do, we always try to do a little bit. We like to call it a shameless marketing plug. I'll begin, and then I'll give you guys some opportunities. If you like the swag, the apparel that we're wearing, you can go to allballsracingmerch.com. We've got something new. You can put in podcast 10. You can get 10% off anything that you like, save you a little bit of money. I'm also rocking a Senders Only Garage hat right now. If you dig that look, take it away, boys. Where do they go if they want to get some some Senders Only Garage merch?
www.sendersonlybrand.com. We have all of our merch on there: hats, beanies, shirts, and then just miscellaneous stuff. So make sure you go hit the website and support.
You got riding gloves you hooked me up with that are my favorite. They're excellent gloves.
I was going to say their stuff, their merch that you find on their site is quality stuff. It's not just cheap stuff with a quick stitch or a screen print or something. It's good quality stuff. So make sure you pick some of that up.
In fact, there's some new flat bills in brown and some other colors that haven't seemed to make their way this out to Urbandale.
We're probably going to need a couple of those in Urbandale.
I understand. You guys are trying to make money off that merch. I'll have to pull out my credit card. I don't have any problems. I mean, I do. Apparently, I'm a little hurt by it, but I'll pull out my credit card.
So, how about you, Daymon? What do you got? Anywhere you want people to go look and see what's going on at the Buffalo Chip this year?
Oh, I'd say relevant to what these guys are going to be involved with us, and you guys as well, is you should go check out that Broken Bones of the Chip blog article. Just go to buffalochip.com or just search up Broken Bones of Sturgis Buffalo Chip. There's an interesting history of people doing stupid stuff over the years. You can't really put it to words, but there's a few fun photos and some interesting history there. We had a 400-pound jumper that jumped over a 10,000 horsepower jet engine dragster, melting a pile of junk bikes. We got weird stuff like Rob Foley jumping through a flaming shit house. We got Robbie Knievel jumping over our stage. Robbie Knievel came back to break a world record in like early 2000s. Doug Danger came back and broke Evil's record in 2000 and late 2010s. So it's just fun stuff, man. These guys are going to be part of it. You're going to be part of it. And, man, it gets some attention. So go there, look for it.
And, one of the, you mentioned going in looking at the Broken Bones deal. One of the things I always enjoy is once the rally is over with, the amount of stuff that some of it is very unmentionable that they have to pick up, clean up, get rid of. I mean, people are leaving couches. Mannequins, blow up dolls, anything you can possibly think of in this world is left laying around at the chip. And so after the rally's over, they kind of do a little bit there where they go through and, kind of point out what's been left behind. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, when you're done geeking out on all the specs that All Balls Racing and Senders Only Garage is putting out, you can divert yourself down a hole of lots of stupid stuff at the chip.
Well, we signed up for it. We appreciate it. I can't wait to be there. Having all these athletes coming with us, All Balls Racing is going to have a good showing there. We're showing up with beads. We're showing up with t-shirts, t-shirt cannon.
Yeah.
Cool guys like Joey and Jake and Brandon. So you got to come out. You got to come out and check it out. This is going to be my first year, so I'm going to be working.
Yes, you are.
Hey, Carrie, I'm going to be working. That's our general manager. I'm going to be working, but. Man, what a better way to come out where we've got all these guys doing cool things for a company that's, we're not breaking into the Harley V-twin market, but we want to make our presence known, and that's why we signed up with both of you guys. Senders Only Garage brings us street cred and some really cool stunt, and the chip, from what I've been told, is where it's at.
Oh,
so
that's where it's happening.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for having
Appreciate
us,
it, guys.
And can't wait to do we're going to do a live podcast from Sturgis, and then we'll have a follow-up, and we'll see if we can edit enough stuff together to actually do a family-friendly podcast.
You're going to have to edit me out. I can
We're
tell
also
you.
going to live stream teaching Matt how to wheelie the Carson Brown bike.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, hey, boys. Didn't let you know. I'm actually I'm gonna race at Mid-Ohio.
Come on.
We got a KLX 140 for him,
KLX 140.
No way.
and he's gonna get out on the motocross track.
I'm gonna stop shooting my mouth off and barking at you guys like I'm just a marketing guy that knows what's up. I'm gonna find out what's up.
No way.
Hey, I will prep the gate, Matt. I'm excited.
All right. Yep. It's going to be a spectacle. I'm down with self-deprecating. Either it's going to be, an amazing triumph for me, or it's going to be embarrassing as hell. But it's going to be good
You're doing
content.
the pit bike track
you're
or
gonna
the one through the woods?
The pit bike
Oh,
track.
dude, you're going to do great. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
He'll be good. We're taking him out. I think if things hold up, we're going to take him out this weekend, and we're going to do a little prep riding this weekend at one of our local riding parks, and get him some seat. Well, I shouldn't say seat time, but peg time. Around this local motocross track. So we'll see how that works out.
So let Jake know that I'm his test rider on the 250 for
Yeah.
Mid-Ohio. Just let him know that. He'll be so pleased.
Yeah.
He's luckily jumping on his own bike. We're just supporting that. This one is an All Balls Racing bike, so I'm going to go out and get it race ready
Get it
for
race
it.
ready. We're going to get it dialed in with Matt.
We will see. Well, hey, thanks guys for hanging out with us. We really
Definitely.
appreciate your time. Can't wait to see you next week, gentlemen, and in a couple of weeks, Daymon.
Yeah, we'll be rolling into the chip.